All right. My name Ken. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. This is actually take 3. Depending on if I, cut some of the stuff in here after a few distractions with the pupper. I tried recording take 1 and he kept biting me, so I cut it off and calmed it down a little bit. Started recording take 2, which he was like unordinarily calm, and I just hear in the background, and in what feels like forever, I miss. No, don't chew on my charger! Yeah, I bought this charger like 2 weeks ago, and he just kinda had a little snack, so there's that. So, I don't think that I'll cut. I might like edit in like a little clip of it, just so that you guys can see it, but I thought he was being chill, but he wasn't. But, yeah, welcome back. I just wanted to post today, because it's been a really weird, 24, maybe 36 hours. And just as like a little update since last video, I completed my 3rd semester of college. I had good grades, didn't really fail anything. I did pull an all-nighter for one of my art projects, which is not this one. I'll get to this one. Don't worry about that. Yeah, and I made it through. The only thing now is that I am so broke, like broke beyond broke. Like, oh my goodness, I am broke. And like, it obviously hit me, but like what hit me hardest, I do have a little bit of guala, just a little bit, I do have a little bit of that, but mainly from like donating plasma. And yesterday I went out to eat lunch with my girlfriend, same girlfriend as last video. I'm not out here like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But I went, ate lunch with her, paid, good. Walmart was like right there. I'm like, the dog chewed up my toothbrush, because he's prone to chewing things up. So I'm like, yeah, I want to go get a new toothbrush. Went to go get the toothbrush, decided to just get some floss strips and mouthwash while I was there too. And, I went to go pay for it, and my card got declined in front of her. And I'm like, that kind of ruined my day. I'd never had that happen to me before in front of someone who I wouldn't want that to happen to in front of. So, man, that kind of sucked. And I haven't told anyone about this. She's the only one that knows. And I don't know why I'm like tripping about it, because it was like, it just kind of sucked for me, And but after that we went to this art gallery, because we're both, like I said, we're both in the same major in an art related field. But she told me like that I need to stop overthinking. And something kind of hit me. It's like, I know in the last upload I said that I have a problem doom scrolling, and my mind tries to put things together a lot, and I do think that I just think too much, if that makes sense. I just think too much, and the reason why I doom scroll is so that I don't have to think, which is really weird. I read Chainsaw Man week to week, and if you've read Chainsaw Man Part 1 least, you'll recognize that there is a moment where, and I'm not going to spoil it in case, you know, the one viewer that comes across this hasn't seen Chainsaw Man, but in vague terms, there's a character who forfeits essentially his free will in order to let somebody think for him so that he doesn't have to feel. And in a like sort of really weird, ironic turn of events, I've essentially made that same choice. I've forfeited my ability to think, and like in an attempt to try and quell the amount of thoughts that I have, surrender myself to digital media and consumption over and over. And I just think so many of the dopamine receptors in my brain are just fried to the point where they're constantly seeking that dopamine in order to quell my thoughts. You know, for the first time in a while, I feel like I am the mentally ill one in a relationship. Like, my girlfriend, the most sane person that I've been with, let me tell you, the most sane and practical thinking individual I've been with. And I tell her that all the time. But like, am I the toxic one now? Was I toxic all along? Like, it's really putting into perspective the way I acted and the way that I act currently. And like, all these things were kind of going through my head, and it was a lot. After one of my relationships ended, I sort of developed a stress tic. I don't know how that happened, but it just kind of started. I get a little twitch around my eye. Like the whole left side of my face kind of like contracts, and it's just kind of off-putting to me. I don't want it to be like off-putting to individuals. She knows about it, and you know, we talked about it, and I just said that I was just like slightly stressed, you know, with my overstimulation constantly of digital media, as well as like just being broke and not being able to get a job. Like, it was really starting to all come down on me, and I just genuinely felt horrible, and I didn't know how to tell her. You can probably hear me looking up with my thumb on my chin, like thinking about what to say next. I don't know. But I went to sleep last night, overstimulating myself again. I've been going to sleep every single night practically with, you know, something playing on YouTube for the last like 6 months or so. Only a handful of times have I not, you know, like when my girlfriend sleeps over, or like the once in a while like random occasion where I fall asleep, you know, just without my phone on. I feel like it just makes the everyday that much more boring when I do that. Like, my brain genuinely just seeks so much stimulation that it makes even things that are supposed to be exhilarating and nice, like lunch with my girlfriend, even things that are supposed to be cool and awesome, just seem far away. See, Solar Sands has this video called Everything is Television that I've been watching for the last few years, and the way that he puts it, it's like you're viewing life through a screen instead of being conscious and acting like you have full control and full autonomy over yourself. Ooh, we're pushing the 10-minute mark. I swear I'm not going to make this another 16-minute video, I say as I continue to rant for another 6 minutes. But what I'm trying to get at is that, like, when you feel so much, you feel less. It's kind of the absence of feeling, in a sense. When you feel too much, the feeling lessens over time, which is weird. All right, my device's storage was full, so it stopped the recording. I'm hoping that I can take this into CapCut and splice it together with some of these other videos. But man, I have to get back on the same train of thought that I was on. It is weird how when you feel so much, you feel less. And I think it kind of takes away from the important moments of your life. In not just like oh, if you spend all that time on your darn phone. No. I feel like on a psychological level, I am less appreciative and less aware and less feeling of my surroundings. And I really had to stop and ponder why I would seek this. Because a lot of people just do it out of boredom. I had to think about my past and things that I might be trying to escape from. It's called escapism for a reason. I believe that I did not have a childhood that I won't go into depth about it, but my childhood was not perfect. As is, like, mostly no one's. Nobody has a really perfect childhood, but mine was not good by any stretch of the mean. It's crazy how just sitting here in front of a camera and talking will allow me to open up about some of these things. It's crazy. It's weird. But fast forward to today, and ironically enough, sometimes it turns out doom scrolling can be good. Sometimes. If anyone's watching this, if this video blows up in the future and you're listening to that part and you're like, man, I'm getting the itch. I need to go scroll right now. Don't. The one thing that I'd say social media has helped me with, besides like connecting to people, and TikTok specifically, is Hope Core. It helps me realize the potential that I have because I'm an overthinker. And I think I need to put the phone down and just start letting my thoughts come to me and then dealing with them. Because at the end of the day, running away from your thoughts doesn't make them go away. Running away from anything doesn't make them go away. And don't be violent and confrontational with your thoughts. Those thoughts are a part of you for a reason. You need to sit down and attend to them. And figure out, why am I thinking this way? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? You need to just think through your thoughts. And I realized that, like, I have so many people around me that are just awesome. They're awesome people. I have a lot of friends that are of like varying different skill sets, and it's beautiful. I have a girlfriend that has my best interest at heart. And that's beautiful. She's beautiful. It's strange. How could I ever feel down when I have so many people there for me? And to anyone who's watching this who doesn't have those people, I suggest you take another look at who's genuinely there for you. And if you don't have anyone, like I said in my last video, you have to move. It takes one decision. It takes one random conversation with somebody in your class, somebody at your work, somebody that you're just walking past. It takes one conversation to make a best friend. You want to know how I got my best friend? I'd met him on several occasions before, but it was I remember it very vividly. I remember in my 6th grade reading class, I met him. He was sleeping, and we had to draw some ants for an assignment. This was before I was like huge art head, and he was the art head. He was sleeping, and I was like, hey dude, wake up. I had to draw some ants. He said, draw. Woke up immediately. Drew the hell out of them ants, bro. It takes one conversation. To those of you who do have friends, think back on how you met your friends. They didn't just spawn into your life. You had to talk to them. Or they had to come to you. And if they came to you, imagine how many friends you could have if you went to them. If you went up to somebody that you didn't know and said, hey, how are you? The dog's over there angry because he chewed up, you know. So we're going to wrap this up pretty quickly. And it's looking like this is going to be like a 20-minute yap session that literally nobody on the internet's going to listen to. I don't care. I'm doing this for me and for anyone who might listen to this time capsule of a video down the line. You can do it. If nobody's told you that, you can do it. Genuinely. And you need to get up and you need to say that to yourself. Even if you don't believe it. Those like affirmation stuff, that's real. When you say it enough times, you believe it. Human psyche is just so weird. You fuel yourself. Don't let others just be the fuel and the reason that you get up. That love has to come from somewhere. You can't pour your cup empty. All these things that you've probably heard a million times, but genuinely, it matters. People say it all the time because it matters and it means something. You mean something. I want to wrap up this video in these last 2 minutes or so by just talking about this bowl. This bowl was made by me during my senior year. That's a lie. This was during my freshman year of high school. I don't know, this is one of the first pieces of art that I genuinely created. Ceramic bowl. We were told to just, make stuff, and these did kind of look like fire emojis at the time, but it's really hard to see, but it says, my flames of passion. I can't let those die. My passion to make art, my passion to help people, my passion to love. I can't let it die. I really can't. And I don't think that you should either. your capacity to help others, it matters. But the only way that you can help others is by helping yourself. Which is something that I believe anyone is capable of. It's going to be harder for some of you, yeah. Not all men are created equal in terms of their struggles. And not everyone's going to succeed, but you will succeed. And as I'm saying this to you, I'm saying it more so to myself, but also to you. So, I will see you guys when I see you guys. Take care.